Welcome to Napkin Nail. Witness here a behind-the-scenes view of a directors' quarterly meeting, a milestone assembly as the directors discuss the current financial position and revised 2018 business plan. The meeting comes off the back of winning a landmark project, a project which will allow Napkin Nail to expand into a new market. It's exciting times for the practice, as the meeting highlights the current success of the practice diversification strategy. Napkin Nail offer a unique design service through the collaboration of in-house designers and craft people. Their ambition? To add value to projects through their shared passion for creating bespoke, beautiful products while ensuring high quality, value for money and time efficiencies. To fuel their passion, they have slowly nurtured two separate businesses, Napkin and Nail, into a holistic architectural design and bespoke limited liability partnership.
Right, good morning everyone.
Morning.
Right, we've got a lot to get through today, so the first order of business is map of finance.
Right, do we want the good news or the bad news? We'll start with the good. So the construction guys, they're doing well. We've got a solid cash flow from these guys. The counterbalance in terms of payments coming through the office, cash flow is really good. When the construction stages, we're sort of filling out for the holes that we lose when we're sort of in concept stages and not earning too much cash. Money's coming in every 2 weeks, so we're keeping up to date with that. Yeah, pretty well. Right, architecture side, guys, we're lacking. We're not in good shape. It's fucking bullshit. So the last project, the tin house, we're nowhere near meeting our 3 times multiplier on our salary wage. The average payout is currently at £40 an hour, which is quite frankly nowhere near where we need to be. No one's filling out their timesheets. Dan, I'm not sure you've been in work for the past 2 years, because that's what your timesheet said, mate. Yeah. Complementary work. We're just listening out like it's willy-nilly. Like there's nothing good about that. We're not earning any money on complimentary work. Okay, we might need it for various other things to meet clients and things like that. But quite frankly, you wouldn't go into McDonald's, ask for a burger and not pay for it. You wouldn't go into McDonald's, ask for a burger and decide to pay for it 4 months later. We've got to pick it up, guys. We really do.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Okay, calm down, Matt. Okay, we've got the business plan. We've got a new restructured business. We'll go through it now. Helen, off you go.
So first I'll start with the external market analysis and new clients. So I'm not sure if you've read the latest Savills research report on Manchester's commercial sector, but basically showing that there's currently a strong demand and a low supply of Grade A office space, and this is also driving up the demand for the refurbishment of Grade B office space to Grade A space. As we briefly spoke about in our last meeting, we're wanting to venture into the commercial sector, and I think with this high demand of office space needed in Manchester, this is a great opportunity for us to take that leap, and we should really take advantage of this demand and push into that sector. So obviously this commercial sector for office space is very competitive. We've got the well-established architecture firms like BDP, Simpson Dew, Bridge Architects kind of dominating those large office schemes, and then also contractors like Russell's Construction to compete with. However, none of these competitors offer the complete design to construction service that we do, or the sort of bespoke design elements. So we really need to emphasise this as our competitive position and what differentiates us from these competitors during bids. Just thinking of our target market segmentation, as we're aware, businesses are becoming more interested in branding their own office space, and I think our custom-made bespoke pieces really can help us, tailor companies' unique image into their space, and it's a selling point for Napkin Nail. And I've done a little research into what type of businesses are kind of looking for this concept, and it tends to be tech businesses and retail companies, and luckily in Manchester it's sort of the hub for tech businesses, so I think we should be really targeting that market. And also there is upcoming business tech live event in Liverpool in March, so it'd be great if some of us could go and attend that and do some networking. Then our internal market analysis on our existing clients. We also need to make sure all existing clients are aware of the growth of our company and that we're venturing into this new commercial sector, as we successfully have done with LGBT clients. It's opened up new business. Some bad news, we're currently seeing a drop in clients returning for our services. We've seen a drop of 50% in 6 years of customers returning, so we really, as a company, need to make efforts of trying to keep existing clients, because it's a lot more cost effective than bringing in new clients. I think there's a number of strategies that we can do to try and keep clients returning. The first is to possibly introduce a loyalty scheme, discount on their second, third bespoke pieces of furniture from the warehouse. The second strategy is to make sure they're aware of our maintenance service. So that's a way of keeping obviously our designs to a high standard that we deliver them at, but also a way of maintaining that relationship with our clients. And third strategy is just simply that we ensure all our clients are filling out the feedback survey. We're really slapping with this in the office, and it needs to be a compulsory part of the process. So after the handover, we need to make sure they're filling out that survey. Just one last point. I think we'd all agree that our open warehouse exhibition was really successful, and I think this should be a monthly occurrence. It's a good way to invite new clients into our office, and especially when we're entering this new sector, we can share our company's ethos, and also it keeps the sale of furniture going and cash flow in between bids. So I think we could keep that going.
Sorry, Helen, can you just summarise the key growth strategies then?
Yes, so to continue growing as a business, we're focusing on expanding the market, so moving into this commercial sector, and also the second strategy as always is diversification. So we create these custom-made art pieces, and that's creating our strong brand identity, and that's what separates us from other competitors, and that's our competitive position.
Thank you very much, Helen. Completely agree. Okay.
So,
next order of business.
Is this a good time for me to jump in on the fees?
yeah.
If you want to go.
So with this growth, we need more consistency. So we've developed a new fee proposal. We've got sort of minimum set of fees that we're going to try and stick to. These are going to come in 50% at the beginning of each stage and then 50% at the end. So we should have a constant flow of cash every time we swap stages. In general, guys, just stop giving away free work. We just can't keep up. Otherwise, we're just going to go under and it's just not going to work out for us. So that includes any alterations by the client we're doing on an hourly basis. So we've got the minimum requirements that we give at each stage, and then we add the hourly basis, and that's based on whatever level you are. So we've got senior architects, obviously our designers and our builders come into play as well. Was a small discussion with you guys that I might bring up. At concept design stage, essentially, we're proposing in the region of £800 to £1,800 for a typical project. However, this is like the minimum amount, or the lowest fee from stages 2 to 4. So is it worth us looking at percentage per finished build, not even finished build cost, finished value cost at the end? Any thoughts?
Who's going to be the valuer?
Well, we could look at estate agents as a valuer. We use them and then we work off a percentage from that. Now we can lower then our fees on all other aspect stages. However, it's obviously more risk to us, but we should get a better building out of it.
I like that.
In principle, that sounds wonderful.
Smash it.
More profit?
More profit. In addition to that, prototyping, so we've included a minimum prototyping budget. So this means roughly £1,000 for each project. You guys can, you builders can sort of crack on with whatever you want. And obviously, yeah, so that's that side of it. What else is on that part? Post-occupancy, as Helen sort of previously mentioned. Nice technical, bloody work. There we go. Maintenance, obviously, Helen, you mentioned this before. So this means that obviously we're building these bespoke elements, so we need to get involved with getting a bit of money from keeping the maintenance up throughout the years after post-occupancy. Yeah, and I think we need a director pay cut.
Yeah.
The format in which we are charging for directors, they are earning at almost double what an associate would earn. And the pay gap between the two just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I would argue that it does make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like money.
I'll definitely write it down, Matt. There we go, Matt. Director's cut. Okay, next order of business.
Actually, hold on 1 minute, Dan. Can we just finalise the cash flow forecasting in the finance department?
The finance.
The finance.
Yes.
Finance.
Finance.
Carry on.
Yeah, so as we can see, we are currently at net profit and sales. We're slowly decreasing thanks to our poor architectural fee strategy. So our construction company are currently holding us up, especially in the midsection of the stages. With this new marketing strategy that Helen has brought forward and our new fee structure, we should aim to be moving from 14% through to 20% in the next 3 years. So capital introduced next year. Dan, you're still up for the £50,000 investment, yes?
What's that? Yeah. What's that for?
It's for the mobile office facility that we're rolling out. So we are planning on buying a van, which we are converting in the workshop to have a office space that we can take to site with us. The reason that we're doing it is to remove the reliance on the office in Manchester, because when we come to expand, we need to expand the office, but this kind of provides a flexible solution that is cheaper than the rent that we're paying at the moment.
So we've included here in our cash flow forecasting our sales and marketing, Helen, coming through with a solid budget over the last 4 years. Our leased equipment slowly increases as we expand. Our utilities are moving up as we're using more energy for additional work. Insurance also. Insurance, in fact, briefly, Rob, do you want to go through our insurance moving forward in the future?
So with the new LGBT project that we've got on, obviously it's a much larger scale than we've dealt with previously. As a result, I had a chat to our insurance brokers, and we're going to have to up our personal indemnity insurance for both the architects and the public liability on the construction side. I think that's the only insurance that goes up, but it shouldn't be a drastic change. It should be about a 40% increase if the insurance broker's correct.
That sounds pretty drastic.
It's not. It's a big fee, but it's not.
40% increase.
Yeah, but it'll allow us to increase our scope of works on future projects. So hopefully that investment will then bring in larger work.
Are you sure we don't want to swap insurance?
Insurance broker. Well, I think we've over the years, I think we've got quite a good personal relationship with this broker. He seems switched on. It might not be the cheapest, but in the past with that zinc house that we did, he offered some really good advice when we needed it. Not many insurance brokers are willing to give us that advice for free. So personally, I'd suggest staying with this one.
Mm-hmm.
But we need all of these.
Different types of insurance. I mean, definitely. I mean, under REBA chartership, we need personal indemnity to call ourselves an architects, and we also need the employer's liability insurance as well, just to even operate as employers. The other ones, so premises and contents, definitely need them. and then public liability and health and accident insurance are just, it's good to have just in case.
So that's 6 different types?
Yeah, for each side of the company, yeah.
Bloody hell.
Do you need help, Dan?
Yeah, how do you do that?
I think you just wiggle the dongle down. Yeah, just while I'm speaking, actually, I'll quickly move on to the QMS and the quality assurance.
What's QMS?
Quality management systems.
Oh.
Yeah, so the quality management systems. I've gone through some of our QMS documents, and there seems to be a lack of. I can't remember what the documents called. So yeah, I've been looking through the quality management documents, and there seems to be a lack of the architects filling them in during the project, specifically at the end, so the post-analysis stuff. I mean, at the minute it's not a massive issue, but when we have our
Audit.
when we have the audit, I mean, this will be highlighted, and we might fail to renew our ISO 9000, 901 and 1401.
Yeah, we're all familiar with them.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff, but it just needs to be done. I think just an office enforcement on clamping down on stuff like that.
Right, okay, let's go back to the agenda.
Yeah.
So we're going back to journey now. Talking about.
Yeah.
So it's client LGBT.
Right, so after the confusion earlier this year in regards to the hierarchy, we've reorganised it, so there's now a clearer communication chain from the top level of director down to the workers in the workshop. Everyone should know who their line manager is and who they're responsible for. And if you don't know, please have a look at the organogram and come and chat to me afterwards. And as managers, please can everyone in the room just make sure that the people they line manage have got enough work and that they're adequately trained for what they're doing. The hierarchy is going to become a little bit more complicated as we employ more people in the near future to facilitate the growth that we're going to do. And we're also rolling out the apprenticeship programme that I know Rob spent a lot of time working on, so thanks for that, Rob.
What is this one, Roger?
Why are we doing apprenticeships?
Oh, well, I think we all feel that traditional architectural education is flawed and we're preempting a shuffle in the way that the industry is trained. Also, for the work that we do, it's more beneficial for us to get in young people and train them both on the architectural side and the craftsman side, so that they can help with both strands of the business. We'll try it with one this year, see how it goes, and hopefully it will be a success. So each
How do you
time...
spell apprenticeship?
APP. As I just mentioned, in the near future we're going to be employing some more people, and these will predominantly be craftsmen as the on-site works are set to become more demanding because the scale of the projects are increasing. The risk of this is that the workforce won't be utilised 100% of the time. So to combat that, what we've decided is that while they're not working on-site work, they're going to be in the workshop doing furniture that we can sell to private clients. Or they're going to be building the installations and exhibitions that Helen has identified as part of her marketing strategy. So if everyone's happy with that, yeah? Wonderful. Just wanted to bring to your attention that we're formalising Lean as a strategy business-wide, and we're already doing a number of things that support that, but it's just ultimately we want to maximise our efficiency in terms of time. You can.
What are we doing that's currently lean?
Well, we're doing a few things. We've successfully begun to manage construction on site in the just-in-time production strategy, which means that we're building elements in the workshop and on site at precisely the right moment to reduce the amount of wastage and also reduce the time on site waiting around for elements. But maybe more significantly, that means that we've decreased the amount of storage space that we need. So that space now in the workshop is being used for production. BIM is another good example. It's improved our efficiency, it mitigates our risk and reduces the wastage again. And then a future strategy, which is Lean, that we're going to look to employ is the economies of scale. As we grow as a business and as we order more materials of larger quantities, the unit cost per item falls, but that just means that we have a larger markup on the materials, so you'll be pleased to hear that, Matt. It should be bigger profit margin. And I think that is all there is to say on the practice management, unless there's any questions.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Jenny.
Wonderful.
So if everyone's happy, to summarise.
Put your glasses on.
To summarise, we're going to restructure the business, the organisation, in light of our terrible year last year. We're going to expand, essentially, and we're going to start to take great control of the construction. So then we get great control of the finance, the quality and the time of all of our projects. I honestly believe that this will take us from this level to this level, guys. Okay.
No, you need to say next level.
And then maybe the next level.
And what about
The next level?
I don't think we can get there just yet.
maybe next year?
But either way, it's going to be very interesting to see what the guys in the client meeting get up to. Okay? Okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, meeting
Yeah.
adjourned, everyone.